guys, welcome back to another video at Linksy. Today we have a hostage situation. What is a hostage situation? Well, these plebs are cowering on the hill for safety. They've been evacuated from the settlement and they're just waiting here with their knives, their kitchen knives and their daggers, whatever they could scrounge up to fight. And they are being defended by the very few defenders that there were. Welcome back with another replay. This replay is a challenge, actually. Challenge replay. Sent to me by, I believe, Essence, Dylan, and Craig. We'll check at the back, at the end of the game. Well, what they did was they brought 10 units of fighting forces and 10 units of plebs each. And they have to hold out against 3 normal armies that will attack them in full force. So we have the Seleucids over here, Macedonians, and we have another Seleucid player. And defending we have 2 Egyptian factions and an Empyrean faction. And of course they do have some deployables, because damn, this is gonna be hard. Alright, let's just get straight into it and see where it is. I apologize today, it's being late, the video, but I'm visiting my family out of town and I'm recording currently in my old bedroom, which is really cool because I haven't been here in like 4 months now. Ooh, straight off the bat, really good artillery shot over there. Okay, I said really good, but they missed. It seems they're going with 1-2-4 unit composition. Alright. Well, as I was saying, while this battle gets underway, oof, they're trying to destroy the siege tower. Yeah, just back in my hometown for the day, maybe tomorrow as well. So I'm recording from here, hence why today there isn't a live stream, unless I do somehow manage to get the live stream going really late at night, but not at the usual time. Ooh, those royal pelters getting hit. Ooh, that's not nice. So yeah, it's really nice to see people playing these challenges on Rome, because it does, you know, make it really interesting, these scenarios. I mean, oh my god, these plebs, what are these plebs doing? What are these so many plebs. So just keep in mind, if they lose a singular pleb, so if one of these guys dies, keep in mind these guys have 10 armor, 12 melee defense and 40 health. An arrow volley will kill half a unit. The player has to concede, and believe me, I saw the screenshots of the end result, and genuinely at this point I don't know if this can be beat at all. And why would I suggest playing in this game mode, or you know, similar challenges like, you know, 7 unit challenge, 6 unit challenge? Because it actually makes it so much better at the game. When you have so few units, you will make sure they will survive and you will not lose unnecessary. These hillmen are charging in. For example, usually to deal with these you know, these ballistas up here, these scorpions, you have to put a unit up here to neutralize it, but that means losing so much, since there are only 10 units per army and you are in such a dire situation. Who is shooting this artillery is really not, I mean, 72 kills is not bad considering you're firing 12 peltas. But yeah, perhaps it's even better to wait for them to come and then shoot at an angle, dealing massive damage to these hillmen. Meanwhile, this ballista, 22 kills right off the bat, getting a lot done really quickly. Seems they're wasting a tortoise in attacking this wall directly. Meanwhile, how is this ballista doing? This ballista is 3 kills. Seems hasn't fired much yet, but there aren't that many targets to fire. Eastern Spearman, Royal Torx Swordsman. This siege tower, okay, it broke a siege tower, which again slows down the attack. There wasn't really a clear line of sight over here. Shield bearers were a general, Torx pikemen. Not that much to fight. Yeah, it's quite a callous start. The gathering before the storm. The Galatian Royal Guard, what is happening? I think they glitched out slightly and they were thinking of taking them on the wall, but they're not managing to do so in time. Galatian Royal Guard is a fantastic unit. Seems they're breaking the wall on this side as well, so they're just going to try an all-out offensive to break in here, but this unit kind of glitched on top of the wall. These walls are being taken down, and the hordes will soon start pouring in. That arrow tower is going to prove quite damaging if it is let to run free. And ooh, oh my god, okay, so he used his giant ballista to break the arrow tower here, so he can move his Torque Swordsman in safely, and these Galatian Guard are moving back. It seems there is a general retreat already. That has been sounded. I'm not sure what this unit of Torque Swordsman is doing, but it seems overall there's been a general retreat, and this Galatian Guard is already lost the units. Should perhaps move out of the way earlier on than normal, not possible. Torque Swordsman, they're going up to kill these hillmen, which is honestly a good move, because hillmen are such an easy unit to kill, and they die really quick. Even these Persian hoplites, genuinely most of this army with one chariot could be able to wipe out most of it, unless of course they manage to get the Pilatro, which does happen. They're making a bigger breach over on this side, and they're just trying to swarm. They have no idea what's happening though inside the settlement. They just so you guys know, the attackers had no clue about the conditions on the plebs, so they don't, start firing their artillery up here, because one artillery shot here could probably get, let's say, 200 kills, pretty much right off the bat. So, yeah, that would not be ideal. Torque Swordsman already 30 kills, and these Galatian Royals Guard, fortunately, are losing a lot of troops for free, which is not ideal. Would have fallen back to this location by now. That's a misfire from the defenders over there. I'm not sure why this tortoise is breaking over there, because ideally you would want to break somewhere like here or here, where maybe because he is putting his Torque Swordsman on this wall here, so he'll take them off right there. Meanwhile, what are we doing over here? Mercenary Samite warriors on the walls, blocking off the enemies as much as possible. These Torque Swordsmen are already breaking. They're being shattered pretty early on, which is really good. These Royal Paltas enjoying some really good kills. The fighting for the walls is really intense, and these Cretan archers are enjoying hundreds of kills, or will soon to enjoy hundreds of kills. The hillmen are breaking, and these Torque swords over here are not enjoying the time they have on the walls in this beautiful city of Loctiformo, I believe it is called. Slowly over here there is a general retreat. These Torque swordsmen enjoying the walls. Honestly, this Galatian Royal Guard could do so much killing these Syrian heavy archers. There were two more units. Why are the Syrian archers in melee combat? Right. This is a very big mistake from the attackers. You never want your Syrian heavy archer. Boom, boom. I hit something. My old Chupa Chups. If anyone knows what Chupa Chups are, my old Chupa Chups packet. Okay, these Galatian Royal Guard lost 5. Yeah, you do not want your Syrian archers losing 10 men without any ammunition shot. He noticed his mistake and is pulling them back out, and now he's firing and trying to hit these Torque swordsmen, which have 71 kills. And genuinely, these archers, if they do manage to get slightly inside, they are done. In a normal scenario, again, you would just sacrifice a unit because it's such a good trade-off, but no way. No way. Come on. No. Oh. No. Okay, I mean, let's honor them. They did get a volley in. But as you can see, they're falling like flies in front of an electric. Oh, and they're charging this. Oh, this is so painful. You need all of those shots to kill this unit. That is such a big mistake. That guy has been to a rave recently. So has this guy. Oh my god. How many kills? 70 kills right off the bat. shattering one unit and the other. Okay, this was just one unit. Pretty much gone, wasted. These hillmen are gone. Turks are 100 kills and they're charging into the Eastern Spearmen. And the kills on the Galatians, so effective. Meanwhile, the defenders at this. Ooh. Oh wow. Okay, that was a really lucky shot. That killed so much of his defense. Like 32 kills right off the bat there. Yeah, they need to start falling back slowly on this side, and they need to pull back all of these troops in their respective ways. But it seems Epirus has. Ooh, and Epirus is charging out here with his Hellenic Royal Cavalry, charging into the rear of the Stork swords over here, doing massive damage and forcing the general defense of his missiles and pulling back from the walls, giving him enough time to clean up the walls from all of these pesky intruders. All of his archers over here doing very well. 195 kills in those Royal Protests already. Yeah, there's a general retreat on this side. That was to be expected. So much losses from that one shot of artillery. And this army needs to be pulled back, which is unfortunate because the amount of kills they're getting on this this position out here, it's absolutely insane and so important. I mean, you cannot really consider the damage. Oh, they're wasting their ammunition. Yeah, you cannot really understand the damage that this charge, this blunder in here has has caused to the attackers, to the Seleucids over there. Meanwhile, the Macedonian is smugly walking in, and these Galatian Royal Guard are pulling back. Some Egyptian infantry in the front, and Cretan archers are all going all the way up here. It seems Epirus is also pulling back slightly. They're setting up a defense, but they're slowly retreating from the wall as they are giving up the wall now. It seems that these Syrian heavy archers over here have. Okay, the threat of the Hellenic Royal Cav, which is a very strong cav, is putting the attackers in a very big defensive formation. Torx pikemen, you don't send a Torx pikeman on its own. Royal Peltasts are being charged in, but more Galatian Royal Guards coming in. At this point, if they do charge in, what are they doing? If they do charge in this side, the arrows will do so much damage, and these guys will be able to get off the walls at an angle with them. These Galatian Royal Guard, both of them in their hundreds of kills already, and these Torx pikemen already suffered so much attrition, which is going to be. Oh, and the Royal Peltasts charged in by the Galatian Royal Guard, getting 30 kills right off the bat. More Galatian Royal Guard with their Pila ready to throw it in, and the Pila goes in, 20 kills right off, 13 kills right off the bat, and this unit should charge that in the rear. One of these two should charge that in the rear. The Galatian Royal Guard with archer support can kill these Royal Peltasts so easily, and but it's the case that they're pushing in very slowly and methodologically. If only they knew this was the remainder of the army. If only they knew. That's what they had to deal with towards the end. Epirus is doing a fantastic job holding down the Seleucid player on the right side, and what the Seleucid player doesn't see is there is more Ptolemaic cav and slated chariots which are ready to run in his rear. So one mistake and that could cost him the entire game. The forces have been pulled back, and yeah, forces are being pulled back. These Cretan archers, they still have ammunition, but they're pulling back to higher ground. I have the higher ground, Anakin. That's becoming a meme at this point. And the Cretan archers on this side are ready for these Torx swordsmen to charge in. These archers, plain archers, you never do that, man. Whenever you can, do not cheap out on your archers. Like, genuinely, your archers are the most important unit in your army. And as we're saying that these Persian hoplites are broken, it seems that the pikemen have been broken. The hillmen are shattering over here. Where are the pikemen? How did I miss the pikemen? How did I miss the pikeman units? These royal peltasts absolutely shredded. These Cretan archers enjoying that side. Oh my god. 253 is 53 kills on these Galician Royal Guard. There's still 100 men. They're half power, half strength. And honestly, just break all of this, because there was a yeah, beautiful. And he's just pulling back some of his healthier troops and charging out. He completely shattered a lot of the army. Almost half of the army of the Seleucids has been lost attacking the wall. Meanwhile, these Galician Royal Guard have been really heavily damaged by the arrow fire from these archers, which is understandable, but this one, Cretan archers could kill 2 or 3 of those really easily. Yeah, that's what I say. And it glitches through the walls, so you'll be able to kill quite a lot. That's where I would use a situation where I would use rapid fire. As we're saying that the gate is being recaptured, and these royal peltasts here, 254 kills, are fighting against companion cav. They could perhaps do with some aid from these Galician Royal Guard rear charging. These Taurus spears would potentially break them in a heartbeat. But then there's always the fear of these Thorax swordsmen over there flanking from a side attack. The mercenary Semite warriors are pulling. Okay, the gate has been destroyed. Thorax pikemen are being pushed in. Oh, they did move up a battering ram. And these royal peltasts over here, it seems they've seen the last of their days. I would have considered charging in this Galician Royal Guard, killing these 2 units, and Galician Royal Guard could have dealt with Thorax swordsmen as well. Killing the general for Macedon this early on could have proven very useful. Macedon, meanwhile, is microing on this side, trying to save as many of his archers as possible, since he cannot reach the range of the Cretan archers, while the Cretan archers have also more damage, although now there are wasted shots over on that side. I think the essence is the one with the highlighted border, is pulling back from the wall. Just absolute massacre, and they're just slowly pulling back their troops. Galician regard on this side. Okay, yeah, these are the ones that were damaged by artillery. They should just pull back at this point and just start falling back to a higher ground position. This unit being committed on this side is not the smartest of moves, and yeah, he's trying to snipe the general. Unfortunately, the general is just cycle charging at the moment, and those Thorax swordsmen have seen the end of their days. This Galician Royal Guard here is very out of position, and it's being forgotten, and it needs to be there. I mean, at this point, it cannot be pulled to safety. Might as well get a really good charge. They have 32 charge bonus into this blob while they're getting support fire. You're not gonna make it through there, man. You're absolutely not gonna make it through there. Everything else is in full-on retreat. These units are being retreated, and this Thorax swordsman is falling into a trap over there. The general is getting a few troops. Yeah, that unit over there got caught out of position very badly. Very big mistake. Very big mistake. Never to be done again. Now, the defense seems to be held here. This is the capture point, so I mean, the attackers can come up this way and set up attack routes from these spots, especially these 2 pots. It would be very difficult for the defense to hold this location, but there's still quite a lot of fresh troops. And chariots out here, did they eventually do anything? No, the chariots got nothing, but there is a unit which was forgotten of Thorax swordsmen back here, which is being selected by this the Egyptian general out here, who's just patrolling the lands all around his castle and deciding, yeah, you know what, these Thorax swordsmen do not have a bright future ahead of them, and the chariots should be able to break through that. And honestly, if they get into the rear of all of these Taurus spears, that's a lot of ammunition that is going to go to waste. More chariots are down here, so there's a lot more left, and these Thorax swordsmen over here getting absolutely smashed to smithereens, but unfortunately the archers are moving in. These Galician Royal Guard are not performing as well as Galician Royal Guard that fought on that side, which is understandable because they're fighting in much harder conditions. Unfortunately, at this point you just pull back and cut your losses, like this unit over here. Send it in berserk mode. Yep, there you go. Headhunt mode. Get as many kills as you can and start pulling back. as fast as you can. Over here, these mercenary samurai were sacrificed to try and save. This unit over here lost 40 men trying to escape because it was not engaged in time. And honestly, if it attacked this unit of companion cav and Toro spears and thorax swordsmen over there, would have been properly killed, and it would have been absolutely fine. Now over here is a massive kill box, and it seems that the attackers are planning to come up the rear way that we were talking about, but this kill box over here is absolutely insane. You have missile units on each angle, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missile units. Most of them, these Cretan archers back here, are use their ammo, but these guys, like these slingers, Carian axemen, have not. They have only used a little bit of ammunition. These thorax swordsmen over here absolutely gone, and there was no damage received whatsoever for the defenders. 3 units, take it any day of the week. Absolutely fantastic. And the oh man, a chariot unit running through this, beautiful. These guys broke. How many kills did they get? Couldn't find them. One guy, there's one guy over there. It's one guy that fought. Chariots charging straight into that, in the rear of that, would have possibly gotten stuck, but also would have killed so much, because there's a lot of lightly armored units. So honestly, they didn't even bother to capture the gate, so they cannot see that there are units out here which are just passing. Just passing. Now, looking at what's left, the balance of power is quite even, but keep in mind, let's say a quarter of the balance of power, or 50% of the balance of power, 40-50% is stuck in these plebs and their numbers, and their numbers are not going to be used. One artillery shot would ruin that. The rest of this army is stuck here. I'm not sure about these chariots, what they're going to do, because at this point they might as well charge down here and save these Galatian, like support us Galatian Royal Guard. But we shall see what happens. Meanwhile, the fireballs of justice are going to be set. We need to take care of that. Meanwhile, the Seleucid player lost a lot of his army, slowly marching in. I think the one who faced Apris had the most damage done to him, whereas the one that, well, both Seleucid players got a lot of damage. The Macedonians, the one is still in decent health. This guy just has hillmen left. He has a silver shield swordsman, 2 of them, but the rest is pretty much gone. That was a really unfortunately bad roll. Fireballs. The incline is quite okay, that explains why. You need to keep in mind these positions, like that rock would make it bad, and the way it is set, it falls to the side, so you need to set it in a way that goes down this way. Yeah, unfortunate use of fireballs, but it is what it is. This let's see, this fireball might have a better chance of going down there, because it might go down that route over there, and fireballs of justice do not deem out any justice. This guy is realizing we're not gonna manage to break through the front. Let's go through the rear. But unfortunately for him, his worst nightmare is approaching, and his worst nightmare is indeed the Epirian player. Oh man, that's a beautiful flag. The Epirian player is ready, and there are more fireballs of justice on this side. Not as many, but these are easier to use as well. Oh, there was another set here. Unfortunately, there's in the unit there, but also there's a lot of crossfire locations on this side, so you can place an archer here and covers this entire area. Unit of slingers here can cover this area, and here they can shoot all the way across to this way. So you have all of that beautiful stuff, plus the L formation over there, blocking off anything and always flanking the enemy. They're sending in the Toro spears quite forward, and they're probably doing so to bait the fireball. Now the fireball might come down this way and do insane damage, but we are yet to see. These Ptolemaic have neutralized that arrow tower, and these sighted chariots. Did he lose anything? He did not actually lose anything. These sighted chariots are ready to find an opportunity to charge into the settlement. Macedon is aware about the chariots, so he's placed his Toro spears in the rear, protecting this blob. This is their main force. This is what they have to use to break through, and as much as there are a couple of good units in there, namely silver shield swordsmen, shield bearers, unit or two of Torok swordsmen. It's not looking that good for the attackers because they have to go through this gauntlet of death and destruction. I mean, all the way over there, those red lines, just interlocking lines of doom. The Torok spikemen being sent forward on their own is never a smart idea. Honestly, this might have been a good idea to shoot them down, activate them. Just completely get these guys gone. But Syrian archers coming down, they're capturing the gate. They've captured the gate, not capturing. And honestly, chariots might be a good idea. Where are the chariots? Yeah, the chariots might be a good idea to come down this way and charge all the way down to these archers. They should be able to break through these Torok swordsmen with ease, and these pikemen would not be able to get in position fast enough. There is a unit of Robopatas here, which is still waiting to attack. Quite a lot of these Torok swordsmen died to that tower over there, so that's a good sign for the defenders. And let's just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this artwork is. And again, I am not even playing on extreme. I can, but it would lag like crazy, and there would be a turbine going off in the back. So I'd rather not have my laptop melt. They're trying to set these balls of fire on fire, so the Egyptian infantry responds by hoping that there is something. Oh my god, the particle effects. No. They. Oh, that is okay. So it seems that they collect down this way. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So it very unfortunate case. The balls of fire are not yielding any results, and I must be kept in mind they are very difficult thing to use, and it's something that, as amazing as it is, and you know, everyone remembers my 600-700 kill with one single ball of fire. That was 1 in a million. That was once in 500 hours of gameplay, like genuinely. Once in 500 hours of gameplay. These Egyptian infantry are absorbing a lot of these archers. I think they're just honestly pulling them in and just acting as a little bit of... Why is this general over here? Oh man. Yeah, they're just pulling in the archers, they're pulling in the defenses. Defenses cannot see what's left up here, so they are not entirely comfortable with that. The general and the chariots are hidden from view, so that's also a good thing. On this side, ooh, okay, the Torok swordsman over here would be a great play to manage, but there's pikemen behind them. So not the best of plays. There's still oh. Did he really just set off his own balls of fire? The balls of fire of the defense. Thinking, yay, look what I've done. Oh boy. Okay. Perhaps it's time to see these guys in action. Okay, he said, oh boy. Okay, maybe this one. Maybe, come on. Come on, get over the edge. They did go over the edge, come on. And they're going down the wrong way. They're going absolute wrong way. This Egyptian infantry is, yeah, completely and utterly useless. There might be a way to get them to go there, but that was completely utterly useless. And now we shall see the death and destruction that can be given by the missiles on the high ground. Let's see, will this be useful? Okay, okay, he's getting out of the way, the shield bearers. So let's see, let's try and guess which way it will go. Might hit the shield bearers down here, the general. Might, but more probably it will go down this way and hit that house. So there's also always that. Torok swordsmen, okay, the chariots are being pulled in to that side, and the missile fire, the missiles are being shot, and these archers have no idea what they're going into. They are being utterly annihilated. The Egyptian infantry over here, and Galatian Royal Guard, Torok swordsmen, Rhodian slingers. This is a massacre of epic proportions. Like, these units are being melted as we speak. There is no hope for the wicked here. You have all of these that are getting in position, and they're letting loose a hail of stones and arrows. And like, I mean, this unit of hillmen, right, 52, they were at 100, and these guys are at 60, so it's absolutely insane. Yeah, their missile capability is gone. These archers will not be able to reach comfortably up here, so it will not be that much of a good thing. The rage that these guys must be feeling, they're in fact just charging straight into these Egyptian infantry. And no, actually they're charging into the Thorax swordsmen back here, which will leave them to be flanked by even more arrow fire into their rear. And honestly, that might be one of the best decisions they've taken, as the situation is what it is. These Thorax swordsmen getting on the walls and coming all the way here to capture that gate. Meanwhile, the shield bearers sneaking in through this side over here. Not these. What happened? They snuck through. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. As we were saying that. How many kills? Hundreds. So 167, 167, 71, 0, 0, 200, 100. Oh man, they're enjoying their parties there. For some reason the Macedonian general decided to also join the party here, but like nope, too many people are dying. There's a monster out starting. Galatian Royal Guard, the Carian Axemen are throwing their PLA in as well. This is just a kill box like anything I've ever seen. This is absolutely beautiful. Just looking over here. Let's see. Let's wait for it, and let's take a screenshot of this beautiful. Let's take a moment to appreciate this beauty. And there you go. The fact that this entire army was pretty much just torn down in a matter of minutes. 400 kills on these slingers. These guys were 360 kills, 200 kills, 160. These guys are, and there's still more. There's still more. 200 on these guys. Are they out of ammo? Yes, no, they still have ammunition. These guys are still firing. The remainder of the army has moved in and has attacked. The assault has started on this side. It seems the balls have done nothing as expected of them to. And the shield bearers push through that side, fighting Royal Peltas, which are fighting on both sides. Samite warriors on this side. These Royal Peltas are waiting for the pikemen and the Thorax swordsmen, whereas Cretan archers are firing some cover fire on that regard. There are some chariots still there. It seems that the general over here has moved in position, and the chariots are just moving, waiting for an opportunity to strike. These Taurus spears are in a place to block any archer movement, any cavalry assault, but it does not seem that it is needed, because now further Galatian Royal Guard are moving in. And these guys, 551 kills, 492 kills, and they are now out of ammunition. Are they? No, they still have ammunition. Just let's a moment to appreciate 555 kills, and they're still firing. Like every time they fire, every single pellet is hitting. Carian Axemen charging into these companion cav. Not the smartest idea. How did that companion cav end up there? I have no idea. Taurus swordsmen over here breaking. Honestly, these archers over here need to be taken care of. Something needs to be done to kill them. These mercenaries, the Royal Peltas are fighting against these Thorax pikemen. Cretan archers firing point blank range into the flank of that. Unfortunately, the Samite warriors and the Royal Peltas here are being overwhelmed, and that is the case because the army on this side was much weaker and a better attacking position than just a full frontal assault. On this hand, Galatian Royal Guard into the fray now, 330 kills. These guys are still firing. Wait, are they? 500 kills over there. How many? 578 kills. Almost 600 kills with a unit of slingers. That is unheard of. Absolutely broken. This unit deserves a medal. This unit deserves a medal. It has killed. So just keep that in mind. 500. Let's say 580 kills, right? That is at least 4 units of troops, if not more. Just keep in mind, you never kill 116 troops in a unit. You break them when they are down at 40. And in this case, they are breaking much earlier. This Galatian Royal Guard doing very well. These, yeah, it's just an absolute massacre on that regard. These guys are fighting against the Torque Swordsman. Seems the general has died for one. No, he's still alive. These Carrion X-Men are still fighting. The chariots are coming into the rear. The chariots are coming into the rear as well as the. Where is the Ptolemaic Cav? No, the Ptolemaic Cav is down here. It's just cleaning up the remnants of the army in case they come back. This unit of Syrian heavy archers completely wrecked, and these pikemen getting in position just at the right last second, but say the chariots managing to get halfway through and to do so much damage. 200 kills, and they are about to break, but that 200 kills were very important as they did so much damage to these archers and to this very important unit of shield bearers on this side. And if they get into these Syrian heavy archers, even if just a little bit, it is more than enough. They broke. They did get a few kills, but they did break in the end. These shield bearers over here are doing a lot of damage. More chariots being charged into horses, and the horses are getting trimmed down. The army has been broken for the attackers. 400 kills on those Galatian Royal Guard. These slingers still have ammunition. Cretan archers still have ammunition, and everyone is still pretty much intact. Just a couple of units left for Macedon, and it's breaking any moment now. Army losses will be inflicted, and these Royal Peltasts still fighting, even though they were surrounded. Unfortunately, these archers came back. Perhaps the sighted chariots will come back and they can charge and finish those archers off. But at this point, a unit of Torx pikemen, a very depleted unit of shield bearers, two very depleted units of shield bearers, and it's not going to do much. And the shield bearers are pretty much going to be attacked in the rear by a unit of sighted chariots, which did manage to break the general of the Macedonians over there. So this unit of chariots is going to just get through. Unfortunately, it's not the best of positions. They're charging through shield bearers, through hoplite formations, through pike formations, but they're doing their own thing. And they got into the pike formation before it got down, and that's the end of the pike. I mean, these guys haven't done hundreds of kills, but they've done just enough. That pike formation is down by almost 60 men. It's out of position. It's being charged in every which direction, and yep, that pike formation has been very heavily damaged. The remainder of the army is being pulled back, and there are still some troops left in reserve. Absolutely fantastic. This poor Royal Peltas here getting pelted down to infinity and beyond. What is this general doing? This general is fighting these Toro spears down here, managed to break them off, and hopefully will be shattering them entirely and making sure they don't come back. Did the chariots come back at any point? No, it seems they did not. But the army loss penalty is inflicted on the attackers, and this is the end of them. This was an outstanding show of this, show of pure skill, talent, and just absolutely the way they defended the settlement was something that we could all learn from, and we do love playing Rome too. This type of gameplay is something just absolutely amazing. Honestly, I hope to see more games like this, and with that said, as this game is being wrapped up, because at this point it's just wrapping up the remnants of the army, I want to remind you, next week I'm going to be uploading games from the Colosseum tournament, which we organized. It's basically myself, Captain, Legido, Essence, Dylan, Disaster, Marius, Xervac, and a few others who helped out, joined together. There was Loli as well. Joined out from a couple of different Discord servers. We've built this tournament, we set it up, and yeah, we have 24 teams, and it's really exciting. That as well. Check out my review videos and give me your feedback. I've been uploading a couple of reviews, and I will do so as I'm going along. Also upload a Humble Wonder review, and that's coming out sometime next week. And yeah, I think that's most of the updates that I wanted to tell you guys. Just thank you as well as always. The support you give me is amazing, and I'm really grateful for that. And If you're new to the channel, think about subscribing. Feel free to. It's free, amazingly. And yeah, you get more content like this and like whatever I post. With regards to live streams, I'll be live streaming tomorrow, definitely. Today, I am not entirely sure. Just let's just take a moment to appreciate this, okay? Just a moment to appreciate 353 losses, 3,653 kills. Just a moment, all right? An absolute moment. That is absolutely insane. That is a 13, no, a 12 KD ratio. Fantastic. The kills on Essence's army, out of this world. Out of this world. Fantastic. Macedon, Too Crafty did very well. I think Too Crafty was the one who was fighting against Craig, whereas Counter Felix was Counter Felix was this guy. Got absolutely annihilated at every angle. Zvetlev Vasily did really well as well, considering everything, but again, so few kills, but I'm just impressed. Dylan held his line well, but he was kind of overwhelmed at the beginning, and he didn't have enough missile units. He went more Galatian Royal Guard heavy, and he got an Egyptian infantry over here. Perhaps he could have gotten a Ptolemaic Cav, could have worked better, something similar to what Essence got, because he did make up for that. These kills on these missiles, just legendary. Craig as well, doing really well, but he was facing a much different scenario when his methods of retreat were more limited, and he ended up getting overrun. That's why he lost so many at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you very much. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye guys, take care.